The only show that has what none other does, true unconditional love. So buckle up because there's a war on for your mind and it starts with the headlines. Stocks continue to go boom just like Beirut, the national debt, unemployment claims, and COVID deaths. The global total now comes to 700,000, and remember, Harvard says that COVID started as early as last summer. So if you do the math, 700,000 global deaths divided by 12 months equals not enough for me to tell my 7-year-old niece that she needs to put a mask on and stay away from her friends. How many children, not young people, not teenagers, how many children are you being told are being killed by this thing that we're telling our kids to go inside, stay inside, and live in fear? Where's the love, man? Well, I guess welcome to the age Aquarius. Well, we'll just use our heads and cut out our hearts altogether. The stars dictate our calendar, our clocks, our entire way of life because we came from the stars. We are the stars. Even if you don't believe in the creation stories, the Big Bang Theory even says that two rocks hadron collided in the stars, in space, and now you're watching me on the internet. That's why David Bowie called himself Ziggy Stardust, because that's what we're made of, the remnants of a big bang or explosion in the stars. Now does the ash on Ash Wednesday make more sense? We are made from the ashes, the dust, the leftovers of the explosion. And that's why DeVito got so pissed off in the movie Twins when he found out he was made from the leftovers of his big badass twin brother, Kindergarten Cop.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
That's right, little boy. Now put on a mask and stay away from your friends because you have a disease. Welcome to America, but don't worry, it gets better in high school. That's what 2012, the Mayan calendar end of the world thing was all about. It was the end of the age. Now, you see that thing in there eating that filet of fish? Pisces is a water sign, and its zodiac symbol is the fish. Now, look at the water bear again, Aquarius. You see the fish at his feet, or Pisces? That's because Aquarius is next, and Aquarius is an air sign. And we've been having trouble getting air since the beginning of this year in 2020, yes? First, we couldn't breathe because of the coronavirus. Second, we couldn't breathe because of racial injustice, and that's real priceless while wearing a mask, by the way. Next, we're going to have trouble breathing because of terrorism and the cosmic dance above us that's about to make itself known. And where did all this stuff with George Floyd and his ex-co-worker start? Minneapolis, otherwise known as the Twins. Then they tell you that North and South America, or the Americas, or the Twins, lead the world in global COVID deaths.
Dummy of the Day!
To show you the news is merely propaganda and entertainment is what should have been just a blowjob, Jim Cramer, host of CNBC's spoof financial news show Mad Money. Here's the expert telling someone in 2008, just a few months before Bear Stearns' big bankruptcy that led to the financial crisis of 2008, not to worry about anything.
Should I be worried about Bear Stearns in terms of liquidity and get my money out of there? No, no, no. Bear Stearns is fine.
And he's still on TV spouting nonsense today. Don't take it personally, Jim. I just want you, the media, and the government to all be fired and held accountable. No biggie. Meet Margaret Sanger, proud racist and founder of Planned Parenthood. Her favorite slogans include, but are not limited to, birth control, to create a race of thoroughbreds. More children from the fit, less from the unfit. That is the chief aim of birth control. She advocated for giving genetically inferior groups in our population the choice of sterilization or segregation, which is quite thoughtful. She invited Hitler's top racial advisor, Eugene Fischer, to the United States to lecture, and her shining achievement, she launched the Negro Project in 1939, which aimed at helping Negroes control their birth rate. Planned Parenthood acknowledged its racist roots late last month by the New York chapter stating that they would disavow Margaret over her eugenics, which is just another way of saying we'll take her name down, but we'll continue on with her teachings and traditions. Here's Hillary Clinton admiring Sanger and her vision. So do Black Lives Matter? Nope, not if they're babies, according to Planned Parenthood and Hillary Clinton. So hey, Black Lives Matter, are you going to protest Planned Parenthood? Are you going to burn their buildings down? No, I didn't think so, because that's not what you're being paid to do, is it? We're not canceled yet, and we still appreciate the opportunity being on this network. We would like to continue that opportunity to extend it to you. So here's how this segment works, is that each week we'll continue to show the same artist for an entire month, because according to me, the great creators just don't get enough screen time. So here's more from Tim.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. The window get patrolling, all our gas police, outback, fuzzy, yellow, fix, big jack, great day, hacks. .UK
This week's You Saw First predictive programming segment comes to us from 2008. In the terrifyingly funny Visioneers, we get a glimpse of what social distancing can lead to. Feelings are suppressed to the point of spontaneous combustion, and couples use a guidebook for sex and intimacy. Let's see how Wolfpack is greeted from his wife when he comes home after work.
Hi. How was your day? How was the thing?
Those 6 feet away hugs are just like the ones Gam Gam used to make. Now let's see what it's like to use a guidebook for sex.
Can you do number 800 with the butter?
Number 800 with the butter? Lady, that sounds like you're ordering at Hardee's from a big menu. Look, I'm loving 3D and that's not what it's like. Alright, this week's Creep of the Week goes to... wait for it. Jeffrey Epstein! Cause he's super creep, he's super creepy. But we do have a runner-up this week, and guess who goes to? Billy Goat Stargates! That's right, billionaire computer whiz palace genius. And this guy spent time with Jeffrey Epstein after his conviction. And so think about that. A guy who is spending time with the pedophile, convicted pedophile, is telling you that your kids need to be vaccinated. And it's not only that, pushing for billions of dollars on these vaccines. It's like, hey Bill, why don't you go work on the Xbox or wash your windows? What the hell do you know about this stuff? Can someone please explain to me why some dude with no medical degree is trying to lead us down some big medical decision? That's like me turning on the Mario Brothers and hearing, "It's me, Mario! Get a credit card! Lock down a low interest rate!" It's like, hey, you're a plumber. Shut up and fix the pipes. I mean...
He's not going to be home.
Yeah?
Right. The coin shortage continues, and it will, because as digital and cryptocurrencies become more and more popular, that means less and less demand for cash. So if there's less demand for cash and no coins to pass around, there's no reason to have the banks open. It's a good reason to shut a lot of them down like the virus was for the businesses. There are a lot of lawsuits now actually being passed around where judges are starting to say, all these indefinite shutdowns are starting to implicate property interest. Yeah, you think? And also, here's the Federal Reserve. They are testing a hypothetical digital dollar as we speak. Take a look at what these banksters are pulling in Australia. They're taking their lockdowns up a notch and allowing the police to enter homes without warrants or permission. An 8 p.m. curfew is in effect. And here's the thing, they've had 314 deaths, and just like America, the majority of them being in nursing homes. Experts are predicting suicides will be 4 times that of COVID deaths, so you can't say it's all for nothing. The lockdowns are indeed yielding some kind of result. Can't wait to see what happens as we get closer to the conjunction. I'm saying all that to say this, people. Choose love. Fear separates, but love unites. And maybe that's what all this is about, is to keep us inside and afraid from going out and seeing each other, because that's what Aquarius is, the age of the twins, which means twin flames, which means your other half, which is there to meet you and help you complete your life purpose and life mission. So maybe that's what it's all about, to lock us down, to keep us inside from meeting each other, because that will spark and kickstart this place's heart, because that's what Earth is, an anagram for heart. You take the H at the end and move it to the beginning and you have heart, because that's all this is one big, twisted, crazy, crazy love story.
Dummy of the Day!
This week's Dummy of the Day is real special, Mr. Elon Musk. Mr. I can get high on Minnie Mencia's show and then go launch rockets. If you or I did that, we would have our security clearances stripped away from us before we even blew out the smoke. I know, because I was in the military and I did a lot of paperwork for ejected military members for drug use, mainly marijuana. But no, Elon can go on there and have Scooby Snacks on YouTube, tell everybody that in April the coronavirus is going to be gone, say that by 2020 there would be self-driving cars while we're in the middle of August 2020, and where are they? And then depending on which day you talk to him, either does or does not know Jeffrey Epstein and his nightmarish accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell. So this is the guy that we're going to entrust us to take us to Mars. Meet St. Louis Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner. When she's not arguing with her constituents, she's taking money from rich dirtbags with agendas. Here she is taking money from George Soros. And remember, George Soros is one of the ones calling for a new world order. Old Kimmy was in the spotlight recently when she let a bunch of rioters and looters out with no charges. But that's what happens when you're paid to look the other way. Hey Kim, got an idea for you. Why don't you take about a $10-20 million loan from George Soros, sleep with them, and then maybe you can retire and crawl back into whatever hole you came out of. Or you can try loving yourself and being honest, because just between you and me and everyone here, what you're doing, it isn't working. And you want to hear something even creepier since we're here together? Listen to this. This is Prince Charles. He says that him and the royal family are descended from Dracula, Vlad the Impaler himself. Take a listen.
and His Royal Highness Prince Charles, who can trace his ancestry back to Romania's dark and distant past.
The genealogy shows that I'm descended from Vlad the Impaler, you see. So I do have a bit of a stake in the country.
As it were.
No comment, I think that says enough. Harvey Weinstein will be joining Jeffrey Epstein for this week's Creep of the Week. A couple of weird-looking peckers. Who would have thunk it? You know, here's the thing. If the goddesses were really awake around here and remembered who they were, the stuff like this wouldn't happen like it does. As soon as Harvey took his little weird-looking thing out, here's what a real woke goddess would have said. First of all, that thing looks funny. Second of all, I don't need money or fame that bad because I respect myself. And 3, you better put that thing back in your pants.
Oh, I'll break that up and kick it around on the ground. Kick it around on the ground.
See, if she would have said that, Harvey would have put that thing back in his pants and he would have thought 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times before he ever thought about saying something like that to a woman again. Ass out of myself and umption for assuming that Harvey would scurry off like a roach beat with the light being shined on it. But not like the Jews are exactly known for having a backbone. Alright, email your caption and love to me, Cupid, at loveonlockdown@yahoo.com. And then I'll do it for us this week here at Love on Lockdown. Stay tuned next week and I'll tell you more what's going on around here. And until then, all you need is love. Alright, bye everybody. Woo! Cupid is as Cupid does.